In a small dusty village where the wind often carried more sand than hope, lived an elderly man named Salim. His life was a testament to endurance. For decades, Salim had known nothing but the biting sting of poverty and the hollow ache of hunger. His clothes were mere rags held together by grit, and his home was a crumbling mud hut that leaked during the monsoon, and baked like an oven in the summer. To the villagers, Salim was a ghost, a man who had been defeated by time. They often mocked him, whispered about his misfortune, and treated him as an outcast whose very presence was a reminder of what failure looked like. Despite the relentless disrespect and the physical toll of his circumstances, Salim possessed a wealth that no one could see, his unwavering faith in the Almighty. While others measured success in gold and grain, Salim measured it in patience. He believed that every trial was a test, and that the mercy of the Creator was always closer than one's own heartbeat. One afternoon, Salim decided to take the very last of his meager savings to the local livestock market. He needed a companion, a worker, or perhaps just a reason to keep moving. As he walked through the stalls, he saw majestic stallions and sturdy workhorses, all far beyond his reach. Then, in a neglected corner, he found a horse that reflected his own life. The animal was skeletal, sickly, and walked with a pronounced limp. It was a lame horse that no one wanted. The traders laughed when Salim inquired about it. "That beast is fit only for the vultures, Salim," they shouted. Ignoring the jeers, Salim felt a strange pull in his heart. He saw a spark of life in the horse's tired eyes. He purchased the horse, which he named Rahat, and slowly led it back to his hut. The village erupted in laughter. They called him a fool for spending his last coins on a useless creature. But Salim simply smiled and whispered to Rahat, "The world sees your weakness, but I see your soul. We shall trust in the one who created us both." For months, Salim shared his own meager portions of food with Rahat. He massaged the horse's lame leg with herbal oils and spoke to it, as if it were a brother. He didn't ask for a miracle, he simply offered kindness. As the bond between the broken man and the broken horse grew, the atmosphere of Salim's life began to shift. He was no longer just a lonely old man, he was a guardian. He spent his nights praying for strength, not just for himself, but for the animal that the world had discarded. Little did he know that his act of compassion toward a useless creature was about to open a door that had been locked for generations. One morning, Salim decided to take Rahat for a slow walk deep into the dense jungle that bordered the village. He hoped the fresh grass near the hidden springs might help Rahat regain some strength. As they wandered further than usual, the horse suddenly stopped near a massive ancient banyan tree. Rahat began to neigh frantically, and started digging at the earth with his good hoof. Salim tried to pull him away, fearing the horse might injure himself further, but Rahat was insistent. Salim knelt down to see what had agitated the animal. Beneath a layer of soft earth and rotting leaves, his fingers brushed against something cold and hard. He dug deeper, his heart racing. To his utter disbelief, he uncovered the corner of an iron-bound chest. With great effort and the help of a sturdy branch, Salim pried the lid open. Inside lay a fortune: gold coins, ancient jewelry, and precious stones that shimmered even in the dim light of the forest canopy. It was a treasure that had been lost to time, waiting for someone with the right heart to find it. Salim fell to his knees, tears streaming down his weathered face. He didn't think of the mansions he could build, or the fine clothes he could buy. Instead, he looked at Rahat, the lame horse that everyone had mocked. It was the horse's instinct and its specific way of digging that had revealed the hidden wealth. If Salim had bought a healthy, fast horse, he would have ridden right past this spot. It was the very weakness of the horse, the slow pace and the need for frequent stops, that had led him to this life-changing discovery. When Salim returned to the village, he did not come with arrogance. He used the treasure to build a well for the community, a school for the children, and a shelter for the elderly and the animals. The villagers who had once mocked him now stood in awe, humbled by the turn of events. Salim's life became a living sermon. He proved that what the world perceives as useless or broken is often the very vessel through which the greatest blessings arrive. Salim lived the rest of his days in comfort, but he never changed his simple nature. He kept Rahat by his side until the horse's final breath, ensuring the animal lived like a king. The story of the poor man and his lame horse spread far and wide, teaching everyone a profound lesson. The mercy of the Creator is unpredictable and boundless. It reminds us that no one should be dismissed based on their outward appearance or their struggles, for the most humble among us might be carrying the keys to a kingdom, and the most broken tools can sometimes build the most beautiful futures. Salim's journey taught the world that when you combine a heart of gold with a spirit of patience, the earth itself will eventually yield its secrets to you.